Bears fans, for the last bunch of days, you, me, and the world of Chicago, not the world, but Chicago. We've talked about Mike Vrabel, we've talked about Ben Johnson, but did you know that outside of Chicago, there's one more name that we're all talking about outside of Chicago? And I mean, it makes perfect sense when you go, read these articles, but listen, hit the like button on your way in. Let's talk about who that is, because this is actually, it makes perfect sense. I'm not sure if this is the guy, but I'll have you decide. Again, hit that like button. So Kliff Kingsbury is the betting favorite to be the Bears' next head coach. And a lot of people might be asking the question, why would you go with Kliff Kingsbury? Well, he's an offensive mind. He's turned Jaden Daniels into the likely rookie of the year. He was the coach for Caleb Williams, and it would make perfect sense if you're looking for continuity. And that's the question. Are the Bears looking for some level of continuity? Now, with Kliff Kingsbury, for the Bears, there would be no continuity. But for Caleb Williams, there would be a level of continuity in that he would be familiar with the coach that he would be working for. So, now, we're not a subscriber to The Athletic. Maybe we will be. But as of right now, the betting favorite is Kliff Kingsbury over Thomas Brown, Ben Johnson, or Mike Vrabel. There is an article up discussing that. Now, another one, which also came out just recently, NFL insiders fully expect Kliff Kingsbury to get the head coaching interview. And listen, it would make perfect sense that, again, you're looking for continuity and you're looking for somebody familiar with Caleb Williams in order to continue this process. So there might just be a really good possibility that Kliff Kingsbury is our next head coach. Now, that would belie the thought of Mike Vrabel or Ben Johnson and certainly Thomas Brown. Thomas Brown has shown that the Bears defense absolutely has given up on him and that the offense can't score any points under his direction. Now, this is not great, especially when you consider, and if you're not paying attention, you should be, but the product on the field, the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, that product on the field, he looks good. He looks like he knows what he's doing. It's not translating into points. Now, if you are one of those guys that's been, the moment you saw him with pink fingernails, saying to yourself, that can't be my quarterback, lighten up, Francis. He is, in fact, now the holder of the record for the most throws as a rookie without an interception. He is not a turnover machine, albeit we do have a couple of fumbles over the last couple of weeks. One, and both of them, by the way, one because Kirana Magaji is put out there in order to get Caleb Williams killed. I don't understand that one at all. And then the other one was Caleb trying to make a play and just, tried to pull back a throw and it just slipped out of his hands. I mean, things will happen. As a rookie quarterback, you're going to have those kind of mistakes. Remember, Troy Aikman was 0 for 11 in his first season, and I think Peyton Manning was 0 and 16, was it? Or very close to like 1 and 4, 2 and 14, 1 and 15. Like, he was horrible. They were horrible, right? Caleb Williams or Peyton Manning had 31 interceptions in his first season. Look, these are two Hall of Famers that we're talking about. Now, Caleb Williams saying all the right things, saying all the positive things. I think we have a winner in Caleb Williams, but it has to translate to the product on the field. And the thinking right now is that Kliff Kingsbury is the person who's going to mold and shape that product on the field so that we start getting a few wins. And I don't know what that looks like to you, but to me, it looks like there is a great opportunity here. I don't know that Kliff Kingsbury is that guy, but I do know that on some level, that continuity might be a little bit important, especially when you consider the disaster that has been the 2024 season. You're going to have to blow a lot of this up because Ryan Poles did not do a good job with the lines. And here we are struggling to protect, struggling to get a pass rush, all of the things that we thought were going to be fixed. Nothing is fixed. But we do have a much better quarterback. And, arguably, Caleb Williams has vastly outplayed Justin Field. However, play calling has been even more suspect under Thomas Brown and Shane Waldron than it was under Luke Getsy, and the defense has fallen apart without Matt Eberflus. So, a lot's going to change over the next 6 to 8 months for the Chicago Bears. But continuity does seem to be the order of the day. So if we see a little bit of that with this move into Kliff Kingsbury, if in fact that is the move, if we see something like that, then I think the future would be pretty bright for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams getting better and better will create wins where losses previously existed. Having a coach who doesn't make boneheaded, dumb decisions with the games on the line, who's offensive-minded, who wants to score points and beat you with more points than try to have his defense stop you from scoring. There's a big difference in that. That's the NFL of 2024. That's the NFL of the last 15, 20 years. But, the Bears have not done any of that. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would you like to see Kliff Kingsbury in order to provide, again, some of that continuity that seems to be all the rage today? And if not, who do you think the guy is? Mike Vrabel? Do you think it's Ben Johnson? Do you still like Thomas Brown? I don't know anybody who still likes Thomas Brown, but there's got to be one of you out there. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below. And we'll talk to you again very, very soon.